I'm fixing it. I'm filming it. Well, hello. Today we have another laptop to work on. Two things are wrong with it. I've been told this enter button is a little sticky. Yes, it is. A little sticky. It actually feels like something has leaked here. And also he says the battery isn't being recognized. It doesn't want to charge. So let's see. So the problem is, I put my mouse over the battery and it says 0% available, plugged in, not charging. I don't know if I can fix that. Might be just the battery, but he says sometimes when he bumps the machine really hard, it starts charging. So we could just have something loose in there. I did reseat the battery already in the back and it's not working. So why don't we shut this down and let's take it apart. This is for reference an HP Pavilion notebook, 17-inch. Okay, let's shut this thing down. Okay, everything's shut down. Let's unplug it. Get rid of that. And you know, it's been a little dry here lately, so I brought out my anti-static mat. And I'm going to get properly grounded. And let's start taking this thing apart. What do I need here? Let's take this battery out. And looks like this tray comes out here. What's underneath this tray? Now you got to push this door, or push this cover. There you go. And now you can release it. There we go. That released the case a little bit. Of course, it just gives us our memory. Okay, let's get this hard drive out. Looks like you should be able to... Oh yeah, it was actually stuck a little bit. Okay, let's... Looks like right here I might have to remove the Wi-Fi controller. So number 2 Wi-Fi here, number 1 here. Can we remember that without having to go back and watch this video? And we're going to lift it straight up. There we go, straight up. Try to leave that screw on there. Right here is a screw. You actually see a little picture of a CD-ROM. You remove that, and you can get your CD-ROM out of the way. Now, approximately right there and right there, you actually see a little keyboard symbol. Remove those 2 screws. And then right here, there's a little arrow says keyboard release. So it looks like you have to lift up this keyboard. There we go. There. Let's remove this. Okay, so it looks like we lift up on this black part here. Okay, there you go. It kind of lifted up. So there's a few more screws to remove. That one, that one. So far same size, that one. We got a couple ribbon cables here we have to remove. Okay. Lift up. And you can pull it out. Okay, I think we're done on this side. What's here? Oh, and they're all labeled at different sides too. So let's just try that. That's the long one. There's another one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Okay, so feel like it's looking. Hey, after removing all the screws here, don't forget that little cable. lift up that black one, and we have to actually lift this black case out. So get your plastic screwdriver. Just go all the way around. Remember, plastic, snappy, snappy. Okay, you know why I didn't want to let go? When I pulled out the CD-ROM, there's two little screws underneath it. All over the place, those screws. There you go. Yeah, try not to force stuff. It probably is a user problem, not removing all the screws. There you go, that's what that looks like. So let's blow this out and get it clean. I certainly don't want to remove any more than I need to. Unless you guys really want to see how this is apart. Well, I suppose if we are this far, let's finish taking it apart just to make sure that all connections are good. If you spilt liquid here, maybe it did. That one was kind of loose. Interesting. And that's a grounding screw there. That's interesting. That was loose. Well, okay. I'm glad I continued on. I don't want to... That is our main video cable. I just really want to lift this up and see how it looks underneath it. Looks like it's going to lift. Oh, what's this here? No, that is... I don't want to touch these. That looks like that's what actually is the hinge. I can lift this up. Yeah, may as well take a look at all our connections. Where's our power get plugged into? Power goes right into here. Now let's take a look at this stuff here. Get this out of the way. Wants to come up. There you go, there you go, there you go. Oh, it's holding here. There you go. Ah, there's a battery. I wonder if I should change it while I'm here. Take this battery out and see if it needs to be replaced. Because I do have CR2032. Let's test it out. Hey, let's check out the battery. Yeah, it's pretty dead. What a crazy place to put a battery. Oh my lord, you can't even access it through underneath. Jeez, they make things so brand new battery. Wow. Let's just double check it, make sure it still works. Yep. Okay, well, I got this apart here. Why don't I just give it a little blow? And here's our power connector. Here's where the battery gets plugged into. So don't see any cold solder joints or anything. I don't know. Let's really get it underneath the microscope. Well, let's start putting this thing back together. Let's just give it a good blow. Get all the other dust bunnies out of here. There you go. Okay, let's get this back together. Those three are tight. Okay, so I can put this guy back on. Well, looks like this probably goes on next. Before I snap this thing in, let me get all these connectors in good. Boy, that looks good. You can tell the cable is good in because most of the cables will have like a little black line on it. So when you push that in and then you push down your connector, those things should line up evenly, so you know you've got it pushed in evenly. Okay, so snap this in. Okay, remember we had 3 screws here and here. They're nicely labeled for us. Everything seems to be okay. What can I do? Can I fix this at all? I've got this apart. Let's see if I can fix this. Okay, I got this key out. Hopefully I can get it in, but I had to take it apart. It's just sticking underneath. Keep that. Now let's clean this here. Maybe the spring is greasy. Or not much of a spring, but everything is so small. Yeah, that's moving a lot easier. So that was kind of gummed up. How about I give it a little shot of oil? Just a tiny bit. Well, since I had it apart, I was determined and I fixed it. That was not easy. That probably took me about an hour to take apart that thing. And the parts were so small. But it's working now. Nice springy action. Okay, let's get this back into the machine now. Do our ribbon cable. It's pushed in as far as it can go to that line. Let's push this back in there. Let's get this thing back together. 2 screws here for that CD-ROM tray before that goes back in. Tiny little guys. No wonder I missed them, eh? That's my excuse. Now we can get the CD-ROM in there. Well, let's get this in. We can easily get back to it if we have to. Okay, let's get the Wi-Fi back in. Definitely get that one memory chip in there. Let's get this hard drive in here. Well, while we're at it, let's just get all these screws in. I don't know. One of them might be a grounding screw from one circuit board to the other, so let's not take that chance. Let's get all this in. Things are a success when you don't have any leftover screws. There. Well, while we're at it, let's get this cover back on, snap it on, put the battery pack in there. Okay, so the enter, reboot the system. Oh, that enter worked nice now. Well, everything seems to be working fine. Is it charging? Well, no, that didn't fix itself. 0% available, plugged in, not charging. Well, so it looks like it is the battery. But we tried. But now that enter button is nice and not sticky. Well, I guess it was well worth the effort to take it apart. If anything, we got to see the inside of an HP Pavilion 17. Anyways, well, good luck in your repair.